Hello and welcome to Focus on Africa, coming to you from BBC World News. The UK's Home Secretary has been outlining the government's plans to stop migrants arriving in the country from France in small boats. Suella Braverman told the House of Commons that enough is enough as she introduced the illegal migration bill. It puts a duty on ministers to detain and deport anyone who enters the country illegally, though the government has admitted that the bill does push the boundaries of international law. Refugee charities and the main opposition Labour Party have called the new plan unworkable. From Dover, the BBC's Duncan Kennedy has this.
Dover yesterday, and more migrants brought ashore after being picked up in the Channel. 45,000 people came across like this in the past year. 3,000 more have travelled this year. The government says it has to act to stop these kinds of numbers.
We've seen a 500% increase in small boats crossings in 2 years. And this, Mr. Speaker, is the crucial point of this bill. They will not stop coming here until the world knows that if you enter Britain illegally, you will be detained and swiftly removed.
The new measures will come in the illegal migration bill, which will say that anyone arriving by small boat will be unable to claim asylum. They'll be removed to Rwanda or another safe third country, and they won't be allowed to return to the UK to claim asylum. What the government wants to create with all this is a deterrence to the migrants. It wants to send out the message that if you come across, you'll not only be detained in the future, but you will be sent back and you won't be allowed back in. But after so many other measures in the past, will these new ones actually work? The government has tried various methods in the past, like funding French police to patrol beaches in northern France and putting naval vessels in the Channel. It's also tried to send migrants to Rwanda, but so far that policy is being challenged by opponents. Labour and the Liberal Democrats say the measures are unworkable. They say it will be impossible to detain thousands of migrants and return them to safe places. And many refugee charities say the new system is simply unfair on the migrants.
It doesn't matter what side of the argument you sit on, stopping the boats is a priority. You know, people risk their lives taking these journeys. But the way we do that is to offer safe legal routes. Currently we don't have adequate safe legal routes, and that's what pushes people into small boats. Until we offer these people an alternative, the small boats will not stop.
It's already an offence to physically arrive on the shores of the UK without permission, but the government believes it must push back on its critics and go further. We've had more details about the government's plan, and what they want to do with this new bill is to detain these illegal migrants that come over and deny them access to bail or judicial review for the first 28 days of their detention. And they say the idea behind that is to reduce the number of challenges, the number of appeals that can be made in the courts, which they say slows down the system, stops the deportation and undermines what they hope is their deterrence policy. But that's likely to produce yet more criticism from political parties and from refugee charities who say this system is unfair, it could well be illegal, and they also say that the money should be spent on trying to smash the smuggling gangs in France.